Welcome to Learn to Live Stress-Free. This is Christine Wright with Dr. Robert Wright Jr. of www.stressfreenow.info.
Hi, this is Dr. Bob, the stress and pain relief doctor, coming to you today from Rostock, Germany. So I am about a 3-hour train ride outside of Berlin. At first, I was a little bit disappointed because I wanted to go to Berlin, to East Berlin, to the museum where they have a large ancient Egyptian collection. However, to do that from where I am, that was going to be a 13-and-a-half-hour shore excursion. And I decided that I did not want to be on the train and a bus, et cetera, for 13 and a half hours. And so one of the things that is very unexpected is that I had a goal, something that I wanted for over 25 years. Now I'm in a position, I have the actual opportunity, I could close in on that goal, and I have decided not to. And so that is a very interesting thing about life. I want you to reflect on aspects of your life where you have been thinking about something for many, many years, and then you are close to it, and then you decide not to do it. So what I'm doing instead is I'm staying in Rostock because it was very, very cold this morning, and I would have had to left around 7 a.m. and then I think the group gets back to the ship at around 9:30, and so I did not want to do that. So the bottom line is, instead of going to Berlin, Germany, to see the Nazi ancient Egyptian collection, I decided to get a massage. And while I was waiting, I got a knock at the door, and I got a very, very pleasant surprise. And then I got a second knock at the door, and I got another very, very pleasant surprise. And so I won't tell you what the surprises are, but just say the surprises were pleasant. And so if I had gone on the shore excursion, I would not have had those experiences, or maybe those experiences would have been delayed. And so now I'm available to do some other things. And so what I'm suggesting to you is that when we make decisions, and so it works like this. So because I could have gone on the shore excursion, so actually before I decided whether I was going, let's say I had 5 options, right? I could go on this shore excursion to Berlin. I could go on a different shore excursion. I could just stay on the ship and sleep. I could get a massage, or I could just go for a walk on shore. And so the decision point before was like this. So once I decided not to go to Berlin, that closed off 3 of the 5 options, actually 2 of the 5 options. And so now I was left. So I could go for a massage, I could do nothing, and I could make myself available to do something else. So I'm actually selecting all 3. And so what I'm suggesting to you is that in your life, when you get to decision points, to realize that when you do something, that closes the door to other things. And likewise, conversely, when you don't do something, that often closes or opens the door to other things. So because I did not go on this shore excursion, I was available to have 2 very pleasant surprises, and I got a 75-minute massage, which was just heavenly. And I've ended up speaking to some amazing people during that time, and I'm only at the 7-hour mark. So I've got another 6 hours of what would have been on that shore excursion to explore. So there's a happy hour coming up, and I'm debating whether or not to go to that. I haven't done any happy hours on this trip, or I've been invited to go to dinner early and I can eat early dinner in a dining room I haven't been to yet, or I could just go back and take a nap, or I could go back and do some video editing. Probably not going to do that because I'm on vacation. So, in any event, the bottom line is for you to really give yourself a break when you're making decisions. Often we are can be our own worst critic in terms of, let's say we're playing tennis or doing something and we hit an errant shot, and then, a part of us will say, that you were an idiot, that you were a dummy, that, et cetera. So give yourself a break and have self-compassion, just like you were talking to a friend. Often, if you think about it, we talk to strangers with more generosity than we do to ourselves. So consider giving yourself some self-compassion. And as George Benson said in his famous song, in fact, many people erroneously think that Whitney Houston did that song first, but no, it was George Benson. So the thing is, his song is the greatest love of all. And so as we all know, he says, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. So I want to encourage you to give yourself some self-love, give yourself a hug, give yourself a break. And we certainly all need that after the pandemic lockdowns. So figure out something you can do for yourself and others. And so this is Dr. Bob signing off from Rostock, Germany, about 3 hours by train from Berlin. I'm at the point in my life where I'm no longer disappointed when I don't do something that I wanted to do for a long time. So, I was very fortunate. About a year ago, I was in Egypt, in Istanbul, so I saw the pyramids, and I took a night cruise all the way down to Luxor. And so I've been wanting to piece together the information that I've seen in these different museums, like the Metropolitan and the Brooklyn Museum and the London Museum and the Cairo Museum. So I wanted to be able to compare what artifacts and information is presented in the different museums and whether or not there's any conflicts, whether there's confirmation. Many people don't know that there are pyramids all over the world. In fact, the pyramids in places like Ethiopia and the Sudan are actually older than the pyramids in Egypt. And also you have pyramids in places like Guatemala and Mexico, etc. And people seem to be stunned when they seem to realize, they're like, how could it be that we've got these pyramids that are all similar in these different parts of the world? I'll leave that for another video. So this is Dr. Bob, the stress and pain relief doctor, signing off from Rostock, Germany. And if you like what you hear and see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Stress Free Now Podcast. Until next time, be safe and be well.